About the patterns of rituals. Rituals are actually three-tiered. The highest level is the Shrauta Yajna, where every procedural aspect is described in detail by the Veda itself. That is the Shrauta Yaga. One who performs the Agni Adhana and maintains the Treta Agni is called the Ahita Agni. There are procedures prescribed for Agni Adhana. With that, the ritual will start, and important Shrauta Yajnas include the Darsha, Purnamasa, Ishti. Darsha is the Amavasya, the new moon day. Purnamasi is the full moon day. The day following the new moon and full moon day, the Ishti will be conducted. That is called the Pratipadishti. Every fortnight, Ahita Agni is required to conduct these Ishtis. These ishtis are actually have a span of one and a half day, but the main procedure will be only 3 hours on an average. These are the ishti yajnas. Then a 5-day ritual called starting from Agnishtoma, Atyagnishtoma, Ukthya, Shodasha. These are the Sapta Soma Samsthas. A Ahita Agni who conducts these yajnas is called the Somayaji. That is the next level of yajnas. The upper level, the next level to this would be the Chayana Kanda, Agni Chayana, where many bricks are in various layers, they are arranged, and on the top of it the Agni will be installed, consecrated. That is called the Chayana. It also has multiple layers such as the Sagnichitka and Dvishahasra, Trishahasra, Vyodha Paundarika, Samodha Paundarika, Shkyanachiti, Suparnachiti. There are many, these are the next level, next higher level. The highest level is the Satrajaga. The speciality of Satrajagas is that all the 17 Ritviks are expected to be Somayajis. It is not any other who had the Somajaga, who had the Upalayanam cannot perform all these things. All the 17 are, the basic clarification is that all the 17 Ritviks have to be Somajajis. That is Satrajaga. And another important criterion which makes it very difficult to conduct a Satrajaga is that none of them are expected to take a single pie or even a morsel of food from the proceeds of the yajna. And spend all their time, say 10 days, 15 days, even the Gosatra Yaga, it extends to 360 days. And let us also understand the system of Phala. How is the result distributed among the Ritviks? We always hear the word Yajamana, which is loosely translated as the owner. Loosely translated. In fact, in a sense, Yajamana is the owner, and all the rituals, all the ahutis are performed on behalf of that Yajamana only. Then what is the benefit for a Ritvik? Mimamsa Shastra explicitly maintains that getting your Dakshina itself is your result, nothing more. You don't expect any Amushpika Phala, something with some merit out of this. You are helping the Yajamana to conduct this ritual and you get the Dakshina, that is your benefit. And the main benefit accrues to the Yajamana. Since the Yajamana literally means the one who is actually conducting the Yajna. He is the Yajamana, who is responsible to procure all the materials, assign all the duties and take ownership of everything. He is the Yajamana. This is the normal system in all the Yajnas. In the highest level of Satrayagas, all the 17 are equal partners in the result. But the result is not immediate. It only happens in the next lives. So, without expecting anything, if you should keep yourself indulged in a ritual without expecting anything for 360 days, that is the level of commitment expected. where there are Triratra Yajnas, Dviratra Yajnas, Pancharatra, Dasharatra, Saptaratra, Ashtaratra, Navaratra. These are the Satra Yagas. These days we come across the term Satra. We also use this as a synonym for a session. But whereas Satra means it's a very long term yajnas. Because the Agnishtama itself will take 7. In Satra Yagas, there are many variants and many permutations and combinations. This is the entire gamut of Shrauta Yajnas, for which we have the detailed reference in every Veda. Moreover, Yajurveda is the specialist to describe all these procedures. This is the Shrauta Yaga. Fine. To perform a Shrauta Yaga, you have to be Ahitagni. To be a Ahitagni, you have to there are some pre-qualifications. You have to do all those things and maintain the Agni. Most important, you and your wife should be committed for life to maintain the Agni every morning and every evening. Suppose by any cause beyond your control, if something happens, there are prayashchittas to atone the blemishes and those faults that can be made up. So that's a different system. But there are many people, probably 99.999%, who are not able to reach that level to conduct a Shrauta Yajna. What happens to them? For them, a different system is called Smarta Yajna. Most of our rituals, they qualify under Smarta Yajnas. As we said, the Shrauta Yajnas have the 3 Agni system, Treta Agni system. In fact, it was Panchagni earlier. Now it is it's somewhat prevalent as the Treta Agni these days. Earlier it was Panchagni. Sabhya, Avasatya were also there. Now we have only Dakshinagni, Ahavaniya and Garhapatya only these days. Smarta Yajna entails only one Agni. That is, when a male is married, he is getting the benefit of Agni Upasana with his wife. As long as the wife is with you, that Agni remains with you. Without her, your Diksha is shattered and you cannot do anything. You are crippled. That is the reason Gruhini Gruhamuchyate. In Telugu there is an adage, Intiki Deepam Illadu. Gruhini Gruhamuchyate. What is a home? Home is nothing but a homemaker. It is called the Ekagni Kanda or Ekagni Upasana. You have just one Agni to maintain in the morning and in the evening. The Ahutis are also pretty simple. The Surya is remembered in the morning and Agni is remembered in the evening. We have parallels when we have the Parishechana mantras in the morning and evening. We have something similar system. Ratantva Satyena, Satyantvartena. They are similar. Both of them are similar.
Right.
Satyam, Ratam. Satyam is the truth which comes out of our mouth. Rata is the form of truth which is in our mind. Vachika Satya, Manasika Satya. The truth in our mind is Rata, and the truth which comes out of our mouth, out of our tongue, that is Satya. So they are totally interconnected. Hence, the Agni and Surya are always invoked as a form of the Upasana. Hence, the Agni Upasana is sharply it is termed as Agni Upasana or Upasana. So every Grihastha is required to do the Upasana. If you want to conduct a Ganapati Homa, where do you get? Should you take a lighter or some propane gas cylinder and start something? No. First you should complete your Upasana in the morning and in the evening. Then you will extend your Yajna, you will take the fire from your Upasana Agni, then you conduct the ritual. That is the purest method. Are we doing it? Everyone will ask. Actually we are doing it without our knowledge. When you perform the Pitra Shraddha, your Acharya or the Purohita makes it sure that Vichinna Upasana Agni Sandhana. It's called the Purasandhana actually in short. Vichinna Agni Purasandhana. The broken linkage between the Upasana and you is restored first. Then you are performing then you are taking that sacrificial fire and you are doing the Pitru Ahutis. That is the system. Agnaya Gavyavahanaja Swadhaya. They are the civil mantras. This is the medium level access given to one and all, every householder. Smarta yajnas, these are called. The other system is called the Paurana Karma. If you don't have access to even Smarta Agni, then you can follow the system called the Pauranaka Agni. There are several which require lesser number of rules. But every Dvija who had the Samskara of Upanayana, you should follow the Smarta Karma. Those who do not have the benefit of this Upanayana system, for them the Pauranika Karma is the last option which is given. There are lesser number of rules, as I have said, lesser number of rules and regulations which can be made use of this thing. They also have the pattern similar. The highest state is called the Shrauta Yajna because it has the detailed manual to do everything. And the inferences from Shrauta Yajnas are used and deployed in the Smarta Yajnas. And the systems of Shrauta and Smarta are percolating to the Pauranika Yajnas. So, even if you do not conduct the Shrauta Yajnas, you do not attend the Yajnas, you should know the system to perfectly conduct your Smarta Yajna. Be it your Ganapati Homa or Dattatreya Homa or any other Rudra Jaga, anything, you should understand the system. Why everything is this? Because the concept of Ekavakyatva is very much important in Vedic rituals. Your previous sentence, its synopsis should match with your next. They cannot be divergent. Always all your statements should converge. That convergence is called Ekavakyata in the scripture called Mimamsa. Mimamsa is the Shastra which is used to decipher the digest and the meaning of Veda Vakyas, Vedic sentences. So, Shrauta Yajna, Smarta Yajna and Pauranika Yajnas constitute the entire gamut of Karma Kanda in Indian culture. Jai Guru.